Welcome to the Pub List. This is James.
I'm Adam.
And here we are, folks. Fantasy football preview. We're going straight into it. Don't give no fucks. We're going to give you the top 5 of quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, kicker, and defense.
I mean, kicker.
Well, yeah, exactly. And defense, and we're going to give you some sleepers on it too. So, just so you know, there's a few interesting things, especially on my part. It's not going to be a chalkboard top 5 of who you think it's going to be. So we're going to start off right now. I got my little cheat sheet right here.
Let me guess, Joe Flacco's number 1.
Joe Flacco is number 1. No.
Yeah. See, everyone
Quarterback.
Joe Flacco number 1, because that's what James is going to do. Just draft Joe Flacco number 1. That's the key to success.
That's the key to success. If I do that, if I win the league, that's going to be hilarious.
You're not going to win with Joe Flacco.
So, you want to go with the number 1 or you want to go with number 5? Number 5, my 5th quarterback to pick is Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. He's going to go for 4,000 yards. He's going to get his 25-plus touchdowns. He's going to find ways to score. That's what Phillip Rivers does. He's a beast. He's still doing it.
I actually have him higher because everything got screwed up with Luck retiring, because Luck was originally like the number 2 potential fantasy.
He was.
My 5, just because he could score in multiple ways, is Cam.
Wow. Well, yeah. Well, wait a minute. Cam is injured.
He's
out.
supposed to be back by week 2.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you could get him white and he'll produce.
I like
for
that.
you.
Good bang for your buck. You know, you can probably get him in the 7th, 8th, 9th round. Yeah. And there you go. All right. Well, I like that. Cam Newton, because he can still run. We'll see how he does with the running after, he fucked up, his foot?
Yeah.
His foot? Yeah, exactly. Number 4, call me crazy. Call me fucking crazy, Deshaun Watson. He has weapons up the ass. I understand Lamar Miller is out, and you got Duke Johnson in the backfield. So that's going to mean you're going to have to rely more on Deshaun Watson. And he's got Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins.
Duke has done good when he's had to.
Yes.
As a starter. So that's not really like a huge drop-off, because it's not like Lamar was putting up like world-breaking numbers as a starting running back.
I agree.
My 4 is actually Rivers.
Rivers?
Yeah, he's going to put up his yards, put up his points. So consistent quarterback, easy to get points from.
Exactly. My number 3, I'm on the bandwagon. Brother Baker. Baker Mayfield, number 3. This guy has all the weapons in the world, even more than fucking Deshaun Watson. He proved himself last year as just one of those fucking gunslinger motherfuckers that's going to throw touchdowns, thread the needle. Yeah, he's going to get picked off a few times here and there, but he's a beast. He is a beast. And if Brother Baker stays healthy, I think he's going to go for 4,500-plus yards, 30-plus touchdowns, probably a few rushing touchdowns, maybe 3 or 4. Brother Baker is going to give you points. He's going to give you points.
Mine is actually kind of like an old reliable, because he always does it.
Yeah.
Even though he lost Brown, Big Ben.
Big Ben.
He's gonna
have
like 6-7 touchdowns a game.
I was thinking about
just have like 3,000 yards just because that's what he does.
He does.
And he's.
I don't think he's not
going to miss Bell as much because he's got Connor. But he's still got Juju and Jerry Washington look good. He's got some
Vance McDonald. Yeah, you're right. You're right, but I don't know.
And he didn't have Antonio Brown most of the year last year when he was hurt. Same with Le'Veon.
So yeah, Le'Veon was gone.
And he still put up like top numbers.
You're probably right. But I feel like Brother Baker is going to be that dude that's going to give you a lot of fucking points. Number 2, we're going to go chalk, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is just a beast. He might go for another 5,000 yards. I understand that he's not going to have Kareem Hunt in the backfield. He will have Tyreek Hill. Yeah. That is going to happen.
Kelsey.
And Kelsey. And now they got Sammy. Oh wait, they had Sammy Watkins. Yeah. So you know what? Kansas City, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, number 2. I mean, it's what else?
My 2 is actually Rodgers.
Really?
Because even last year with a down year, He had 22 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's not good for fantasy.
Yeah, it is.
You need
Considering he missed half the season, that's good for
Baker Mayfield. I think had more touchdowns than him, and he had less.
Because he played more. No, he played more.
Baker did not.
Yeah, I did.
Wait.
Rodgers missed like five games.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh yeah. No, yeah, we had Brett Hundley in there for.
And plus, if you're looking fantasy too, you look at what takes away from quarterbacks: it's interceptions, fumbles, interceptions, return for a touchdown. And I'd say Rodgers is less likely to throw those big interceptions.
Yeah.
Than a second-year Baker Mayfield, who will honestly, I think, he's trying to force the ball to Odell because if he doesn't, Odell will have.
Well, they got Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, but if you don't give the ball to Odell, he'll have a temper tantrum and ask to be out of your city.
I guess so. My number one quarterback, though, is Joe Flacco. No, it's not. It's Drew Brees. Drew Brees is still doing it. He is still king of the quarterbacks. There's nothing that could beat him. He still breaks all sorts of records, season records, career records. He's still going to be doing it at, 39 years of age, 40 years of age?
Yeah.
He's still going to do it. He's still going to put up 40-plus touchdowns. He's still going to put up 4,800-plus yards. He's still a beast. It's Drew fucking Brees. I mean, you got Michael Thomas. You got a bunch of running backs. You got Alvin Kamara back there. You got...
Well, you also have to worry about Kamara being the number one.
That's okay.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have the...
Drew Brees dumps it off to him. Little short pass that go for 25 yards.
And you know when that was working? We had Mark Ingram taking the beating.
Well, now they got somebody else. I forgot who they got, but they got
not someone like Ingram.
Yeah, they do.
They got Latavius Murray. He sucks dick.
Oh, yeah, they do have Latavius Murray. Yeah, they got Latavius Murray. Now, who's your number one?
Mahomes.
Yeah. Man, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes fucking sense. Now, I got a sleeper. I have a sleeper quarterback. He's going to be there down the road, and you know what? You probably all know about it. You know, he's probably that sexy dark horse, that sexy trend. It's Kyler Murray. He runs the fucking ball like, he runs it, he throws it. I think what?
Lamar. You know what Lamar can do.
Lamar Jackson cannot throw the ball.
You know what Lamar can do.
I throw the ball better than
he broke passing records.
Fuck Lamar Jackson. He sucks. He's a bitch. No, he's not a bitch. But he sucks.
Look, Lamar, you saw what Lamar could do.
Kyler Murray is going to be better than Lamar Jackson this year. He will. He will. Kyler Murray's my sleeper.
Because they traded away Josh Rosen and drafted him number one. So
Josh Rosen. I don't even think he's starting in Miami.
There he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah. All right, so running backs.
I mean, Saquon.
Well, yeah, I thought we were going from 5 to 1.
We're going to do the same way this one.
All right, fine. We'll go 1 to 5. Yeah, Saquon. It's Saquon. I'm sorry. He's the best running back in the game.
He's just going to get hurt by having Eli and Daniel Jones as his quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to get stuffed, so it's
he's
not going to.
He's going to have
He's not going to always put up
180 attempts.
Great numbers.
He's going to be a workhorse. Yeah. Saquon's a beast.
And two.
I got Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. He's a beast. My number 3 though. My number 3 and 4 are very interesting, and you might think I'm crazy for saying about my number 3. And it's somebody that I've been on his ass all last year because he's an asshole and he's a jerk. But this year, he's 100% healthy. He had a whole year off from football. It's Le'Veon Bell. I believe Le'Veon Bell is ready for at least 150 attempts. He's going to get his 1,200 yards, 1,000 yards, but I think he's going to get a lot of touchdowns. I think he's going to have about 15 touchdowns. Le'Veon, and you know what? We forget that he also catches the ball.
Yeah.
And Le'Veon Bell is going to be that double threat.
Right.
And he's fucking healthy, man. He's ready. He's fucking ready.
My 3 is another double threat, McCaffrey.
McCaffrey?
Yeah, he's basically going to do everything for them until they find a way to get an actual receiver there. He's going to be the number one target. DJ Moore. But yeah, I think McCaffrey's gonna have a good year for them.
Okay. My number 4. This might be, like, whoa, you got him in the top 5. What the hell's wrong with it? Maybe top 7, you would think. But my number 4, the resurgence of David Johnson. I think David Johnson, once again, another double threat. And now that you got Kyler Murray, now you're going to have to deal with all sorts of, like, run-pass options and all that shit with David Johnson and Kyler Murray. I think this is going to be an interesting offense in Chicago. In Arizona, I think David Johnson is going to get back to at least 800 yards rushing with probably about 13 touchdowns. But he's also going to get 400, 500 yards receiving with probably another 7 touchdowns. Yeah. He's going to be a great dual threat. I love David Johnson this year.
My 4, even though you don't know what's going on with him yet, just because when he does play, he controls him, Zeke. Eventually he's going to play and he's going to run people the fuck over.
I feel like he's taking Le'Veon Bell this year. I think he's going to hold out.
I think they'll get him a contract, like maybe
like week 4, week 5.
Or a little sooner, because I think they'll give him a contract.
You call me crazy. I don't have Zeke in my top 5. I don't, because I think he's going to hold out for more than half of the season, if not the whole season. How's that going to help you on your team? My number 5? Oh, yeah. Well, how's he going to help you on your team?
Because they're going to sign him. He's basically the most important player on the team, because Dak is
he's
a less talented Romo.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that. My number 5 is James Conner.
Yeah.
He's going to be the workhorse in Pittsburgh. They still do it. Pittsburgh's offense, like you said, old, reliable with Ben Roethlisberger, top 5 in fantasy points. And James Conner with,
like a full year.
Another full year. He'll probably do better.
Yeah.
He'll probably do better.
Conner is my 5 too. I think he's going to have a big year.
Exactly. Sleepers. Philip Lindsay from Denver. I think it's his 2nd year. He had a pretty damn good year last year. I think over 700 yards. I think about 6-7 touchdowns. I think that's going to do a lot more because I don't think Joe Flacco's going to throw a lot. And they're going to probably...
You better hope he does. He's their number 1 quarterback.
And I think he's going to give the ball off a lot. And I think Philip Lindsay is going to be the one to... I know.
I got 2 sleepers.
I have 2 too, but go ahead.
One, Aaron Jones.
Okay, because before it's going to go a lot of
turn more into a running play action and using the back as a receiver. And Jones has been working on his hands. I think he's going to have a full year and be a really good year for him. I think you could probably get him around the 9th to 13th round because no one really thinks about him.
Yeah, nobody really does.
But I think he's going to be big.
And all right. Well, I guess I'll say my 2nd one. Call me crazy. Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
he's going to have a suspension of 4 weeks of suspension. Yeah. But you know what? You're going to get him in the late rounds.
Yeah.
You're going to get him in that 12th round, 13th round. I had an auction draft today. And I waited until I had like $21 left on my cap.
And I needed one person. 300 on Flacco.
Exactly. No, I didn't. But Kareem Hunt, everybody forgets about him. Everybody forgot that he was so good last year. Yeah, I understand with all the allegations that he's suspended for 4 games. He's going to be back, and he's going to be behind that Cleveland offense, and it's going to be him and Chubb going crazy in the backfield.
See, that's the only reason I don't know, because I always got burnt with Devontae Freeman. I don't trust 2 running back systems.
You don't know who's
getting points because you don't know, because 2 years I had Devontae Freeman, and every time you play him, Tevin Coleman's the one who gets 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This year because Tevin Coleman's in Frisco.
Which means Freeman might get hurt.
Oh, fuck. Because I got him today in my auction draft.
But my 2nd sleeper, just because when he was in, this was the first time they actually did this and gave 71% of their touches to a rookie, Sony Michel.
Damn, I like it.
Just because he's
gonna get a lot of touchdowns too.
Because I know the Patriots offense may slow down. Who knows? Because Gronk's not there.
It's still never.
But they'll get a lot of close situations, and I think they're going to use Sony as basically to paw it into the end zone. And
they used Everybody forgets the Patriots back in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s was a running team.
Yeah.
They were always fucking running. Remember the years with Corey Dillon on the team?
Yeah.
They were always a running team. And then,
I think they might focus more on that now.
I think so.
That they lost one of their big weapons.
Exactly.
And the rookie they were drafted is kind of slow to picking up the offense.
So they're
I think they might go run away.
I like that. I like that one a lot. Sony Michel. Yeah, I might have to remember that tomorrow.
I got him in like the 11th round.
Really?
I got Roethlisberger in the 10th. He's bad backup for Rodgers.
That's a good one. I like it. So top 5 for wide receivers. We're going 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
5 to 1.
5 to 1. My number 5, Tyreek Hill. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's fast as fuck. He's gonna outrun most DBs, and he's probably gonna, he's gonna get 10 plus touchdowns, 1,000 plus yards, maybe 1,200 plus yards.
My 5 is actually someone who kind of looks like no matter who his quarterback is, he always produces. Mike Evans. No matter who's throwing to him, he always ends up a game with 100 yards and that's at least a touchdown.
You're
no
right.
matter who throws him the ball, he's like, I had him like the past 2 years when they had Jameis, his one good year, and then Fitzpatrick, and like he always finds ways to at least get like 9 to 10 receptions.
You're right.
Which like
Mike
10
Evans,
points
he's
almost.
a beast.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is a beast, and hopefully Jameis Winston will figure it out. And I think he might.
I think well with Arians. Arians is good with young quarterbacks.
He is. So I think you might be right on that. My number 4 is Devontae Adams. I don't think there's really any. I mean, okay, fine. We got Geronimo Allison or Scanling. I don't know. I'm not digging the wide receiver core of Green Bay, but I think Devontae Adams is still going to do his thing. And I don't think he's going to be double teamed that much, especially if you do believe that Aaron Jones is going to get a lot more rushing attempts, and then that's going to set up a lot of play action, and probably Devontae Adams just fucking streaking down the fucking field.
I actually have him a little higher.
Okay.
My 4 is Michael Thomas from the Saints. Because he's their kind of like Devontae.
Yeah.
He's their only
guy.
receiver. So it's like.
So Devontae and Michael Thomas is pretty much almost the same person. It's just that Michael Thomas is a lot younger.
Yeah, and Devontae is bigger, a little bigger.
Yes. Well, my number 3 is Michael Thomas. Yeah. So, yeah, but there you go. 3, 4, Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas.
My 3 is Julio.
Julio?
You know he's going to do what he do. It's the
same as Mike Evans. Touchdowns anymore, man.
You don't know, because Ryan might have a random good year. And he does, like,
You're right.
Is kind of like Evans. He produces
no matter what. Ridley now too.
Like, they had him last year.
I know, but he's going to get better. Yeah. He is getting better. So he might be the number 1 now. I mean, not.
He won't be the 1 because it's Julio.
Maybe at the end of the season he might. My number 2. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's Odell Beckham Jr. It's because I probably have Brother Baker in the top 5 quarterbacks. So of course, if he's going to go off, the wide receivers of Cleveland's going to go off, and you got Beckham.
Yeah.
And Beckham's going to get his touches. He's going to get his 5-6 receptions a game plus, and he'll probably have his 80 to 100 plus yards a game. So he's going to get his catches. So I'm going with Beckham number 2.
My 2 is DeAndre Hopkins.
I don't even have DeAndre Hopkins in my top 5.
I think he'll be more reliable than Odell.
Yeah?
Because Odell, like, even when Odell was at his best, he still had, like, 3 or 4 games where it was just like, where the fuck is he? Like, where he'd be dropping passes or not be paying attention.
Yeah, Eli Manning throwing to him.
That's not an excuse to not try to catch the ball.
Now he has Baker
But
Mayfield.
that's not an excuse to not try to catch the ball because you don't like your quarterback.
Cleveland's going to be winning now. So
you don't know that.
Maybe. Maybe that's a hint for next week's NFL preview. We'll see. Number 1, Juju. I got to go with Juju Smith-Schuster. I love him. He's a beast. You got old reliable with Ben Roethlisberger. He's going to get the ball to Schuster no matter what. He's the number 1 guy. Yeah, they got some tight ends, but I think they're
Jarius Washington's probably
and Jarius Washington's going to be good. But Juju's my number 1. He's going to go off. He's a beast. He's a fucking beast. He's my number one.
Well, since I haven't said it, but I was saying earlier, Devontae.
Wow.
I just think if you look at kind of what he's done in the preseason, I know Rodgers hasn't been playing.
Yeah.
But they've been lining him up a lot in the slot, a lot like all over the place, kind of like they used to do with Jordy.
Well, that's good. Trying to confuse the
you
D-backs.
do that with someone with the size and speed of Devontae Adams, he's going to get open a lot. He's going to go off a lot. And plus, even last year when they didn't have a full season of Rodgers, still had 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, I think. So
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So hopefully a full season of
With
Aaron Rodgers and then an offense that's play action and motion based, which is what this offense seems to be. I think he's gonna have another big year. I know it was end of the first round, so like really a second round, but I took him in my first round like right away.
Why not? I mean, like a.
Although someone took Kirk Cousins with the second pick, so it opened up a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
And they took.
Why?
Someone took Zeke on the fifth.
What was the reason why they took Kirk Cousins?
We still haven't figured that out. We're like. We think either, like, because this was his first year in the league, either he just kind of, like, got nervous and, like, Shelton didn't know what to do, so he picked Kirk Cousins. And then other ones thought, like, maybe he's a Vikings fan and he just thinks he's good. And he's not. But as I was thinking, I was like, if you're going to take a quarterback number 2, take fucking Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Rodgers or Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, don't take
You're taking Kirk Cousins.
And like as soon as that happened, we all just kind of looked at each other like, what the fuck does that?
Fuck.
Kind of like people looked at you when you took Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that might happen. So no, I have 3 sleepers on wide receivers because I love wide receivers.
Yeah.
Wide receivers are so much fun. My first one is Chris Godwin of Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, he might get some double teamed on him, but Mike Evans is still going to get his touches. But Chris Godwin was awesome last year.
Kind of like work out like this. I think Godwin, because he's got the speed, will get a lot of the yards, and Evans will get a lot of
touchdowns. I agree.
Because Evans being 6'5" and a monster.
Yeah, exactly. So I love Chris Godwin this year. You know what? A lot of people are actually saying for a dark horse for him to be the wide receiver to have the most receiving yards this year. He's actually 80-1, but he's a dark horse.
I can see that happening.
It all depends if Jameis Winston is average or above.
I think he'll be better this year. He hasn't had, since he's been drafted by Bucks, I know Jameis had his issues, but he hasn't had a coach that's actually focused on offense or trying to help him. They had Lovie Smith, then Dirk Cutter, I think Shiano one year. So. Yeah, like, so it's not like a good situation. My first sleeper is actually someone who did really well for me last year. I'm kind of surprised he's rated this low. Is Robert Woods.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of liking a little bit of Robert Woods, and you know what? That's not a bad pick.
Because he's gets his yards. Sometimes he breaks away for touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and who's the other one? Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks,
are all really good too. But
Robert Woods gets his shit.
Set up a really good chemistry with Goff.
Yeah, he does.
And I think that's gonna.
He's probably gonna. He could have a real breakout year of at least 700, 800, 900 yards receiving and probably about 7, 8 touchdowns. My second one is Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
I think he is going to become the number 1 receiver. He's going to go above Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona, and with that interesting offense with Kyler Murray, I believe, especially with who's their coach again? Goddamn, I can't think of his name.
I forgot him too. He's from college.
Yeah, he's from college. Forget him. But I think that's going to be a very interesting offense, and I think they're going to find some innovative ways to get touchdowns. And I think Christian Kirk is going to be a huge part of that.
My next sleeper, and I don't think you can really call him that because what he does, like Keenan Allen. He's rated 11th, but he gets 1,000 yards a year and 10 touchdowns a year.
He's a beast. Rated 11th. I mean, Keenan Allen he could go in the top 3 in receiving, especially with Phillip Rivers as his quarterback.
Hunter Henry might take some of the receptions. Like it's going to be split between the two and Mike Williams. But if Allen is going to get his.
Now, my third one is Devontae Pettis. I think Devontae Pettis, especially if Jimmy G is healthy, because everybody talks about George Kittle's the tight end. He is the number 1. George Kittle's is the number 1. But you got to have that wide receiver that's going to just have a breakout year. And I think Devontae Pettis might be that guy. I think he might be a 700-800-yard receiver with about 5 to 6 touchdowns. I think he can, and I think he would be really good. Maybe not even drafting, but picking him up on the waivers.
Yeah.
I think people should give Pettis a little give him a chance.
I mean, between now and what Saturday was, my number 3 kind of changed.
Yeah.
Because originally it was T.Y. Hilton, but that's not going to do anything for you now.
That's not going to do
so now it's Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett.
Russell Wilson.
He
knows how to do it. Like
yes,
he knows how to put up points and put up yards, and
yes.
he's really hard to contain. Lockett's a fast receiver, but they work really good together. He's gonna struggle with us being the number 1 since who retired? One of the receivers.
Baldwin. Yeah,
Doug Baldwin retired.
That's right.
So he's going to get a little double teams, but he's so quick, I think he's going to break through them. I think he's going to be really good for them.
I like it. Next up, top 5 for tight ends. 1 through 5 or 5 through 1?
5 through 1.
Hunter Henry, number 5. I was going to say San Diego with the Chargers. I think Hunter Henry is going to be a beast. You got Phillip Rivers. Like you said, with Keenan Allen, Henry will be the second go-to guy. And Rivers loves his tight ends. Got to go with Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter Henry 5. He's going to get his points.
Exactly. Number 4, call me crazy, Evan Ingram of the Giants. I think they have nobody. Okay, fine. They got Sterling Shepard. Who else?
But don't they think you might change coverage and then just focus on Ingram because they don't have anything else?
Yeah,
and just a double safety over the top on Ingram.
I think Ingram's still going to get his catches. He might not get the yards, but if you're in a PPR, he's going to get his little dinks of 5, 6, 7 yards and maybe go for a yard or 2 after a catch. He'll probably get a lot of red zone looks. So he might be good for at least touchdowns this year. So I'm liking Evan Ingram.
My 4, because I'm going to hopping on the Browns thing because everyone thinks they're going to be Njoku.
Yeah. I like it.
I think he's going to do really good with Baker. Like I said, I think Odell's going to get doubled. They're going to focus on Landry. I think Njoku's going to be open through the middle a lot and get a lot of catches.
I like it. Number 3, O.J. Howard. He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a freak specimen. I think with that offense, he did it last year.
Yeah.
He can do it again this year. O.J. Howard for 3.
I got Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah. He does this. He's the same as that. He's always there and always gets his touchdowns.
Yeah, he does.
He's kind of. I mean, Jeffrey's going to put up points from the receiver position. Jordan Howard's going to do good as a running back there.
Oh yeah.
But that's usually when Wentz is in trouble, he looks for Zach Ertz.
And then he's going to look for Ertz, and he's going to get those. He's going to get those
catches. Maybe those touchdowns.
Number 2, Travis Kelce. What else can you say?
Kittle.
Kittle?
Yeah.
You got Kittle number 2?
Yeah.
I got Kittle number 1.
Yeah.
I got George Kittle number 1. Who do you got number 1?
Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those are your 1, 2.
Just because, Kittle, the only reason I haven't 2, I don't know if Jimmy G is going to be good because he's been getting pretty beat up in the preseason.
I think that NFC
But I hope
West,
he's good because I drafted Telvin Coleman, so I need my running back to get points.
Well, yeah. No, I think there's going to be – this is just a little teaser for next week, but I think the NFC West is going to be very, very interesting.
It's going to be really close.
I think so, too. And I think all 4 teams are going to be right there in December. Sleepers. I got 2 sleepers. First sleeper is Trey Burton. With Matt Nagy's fucking offensive schemes, especially in the red zone, Burton's going to be looked on a lot. I mean, they love doing the little shovel pass to Burton. They could even fake that, try to go somewhere else, and they go back to Burton. And he's going to get his touchdowns. He's going to have about 6-7 touchdowns this year. I'm liking Trey.
Mine's Jared Cook. Because now he's with Drew Brees. And Brees tight ends.
Yeah. With the tight ends with Drew Brees and Jared Cook's going to go off. Call me fucking crazy. This kind of goes with a little bit of Kareem Hunt, but of course not the same reason. This guy has been out of football. He's well rested.
Joe Flacco.
Jason Witten.
Same thing.
Jason fucking Witten.
I
think he's going to have a good year for a tight end. And he's going to be in the top 10 for tight ends, I think.
I actually have someone who you could probably get on waivers. I mean, I wouldn't draft him because you don't know what he's going to do right away. But just the chemistry they seem to be developing even in practice. I'd say the tight end, the Packers, Steinberg.
Oh, okay.
Because Rodgers seems to be going to him a lot to try to get him open. I think Jimmy Graham's either going to get cut or get traded.
He might. Yeah. You know what? That's a
and they like Mercedes Lewis because he blocks and he's big.
He's a great blocker.
He's a good enough receiver that he's reliable. I think they're going to show faith in Steinberg. I think they're going to cut or try to trade Graham. They already traded one of their players. They traded Reggie Gilbert for a late draft pick. Yeah. Yep. So I think they're going to move on from Jimmy. The back-to-back tight end mistakes and Martellus Bennett and Jimmy Graham.
I like it. I like that a lot. Kickers. Number 5, Harrison Butker, Kansas City, because Kansas City's going to play. See, kickers, it's pretty much you got to go with the kickers that are, of course, reliable, but also that the offense is just going to put up points.
Gostkowski.
I like Gostkowski. He's later in my fucking shit. Number 4. Number 4 is Will Lutz, New Orleans.
Yeah, Lutz.
Number 3 is Zerline.
Tucker
Rams. Tucker. Okay. My number 2 is Gostkowski. Yeah. I mean, it's New England. They're going to put up points somehow.
Butker, too.
And then I got Justin Tucker, number 1, because he's the best kicker in the fucking league.
I got...
And I don't have any sleepers.
Yeah. I got Elliott. I think Elliott's going to do really good. They're going to put up points. Barring he doesn't get hurt again. Not Elliott, but Wentz. Barring Wentz doesn't break something out.
Yeah, exactly. And then Elliott is a reliable kicker. He'll be fine. Defenses. I'm going to be a cheap ass on you all and say defense by committee. Look at whoever is facing the worst offense in the league that week. And of course,
what I got with the Browns and the Texans.
Yeah. I picked Minnesota.
Yeah.
I honestly think Minnesota's defense is going to be great. But if you don't have a good defense,
you can find one.
You can find one. It's literally a weekly basis with them because you never know. Just look for the worst offense, which is probably going to be who is going to be the worst offense this year?
The Broncos.
Baltimore.
The Broncos.
I think Baltimore.
The Broncos.
Baltimore.
The Broncos.
So you're going to want
the Broncos.
No, not the Broncos.
My 5, I actually got Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think their defense is good. They were good last year. They got 2 big rushers now.
Miles Garrett.
And they got good corners and Ward. Randall is good as a safety. I think they're gonna put up some points for you on defense.
I think so too. I think Browns defense is gonna be sick. Who's your number 4?
Ravens.
The Ravens
their
defense is
always
good. They're always good. They don't give up a lot of yards.
Turnovers. They do what they're supposed to do.
Your number 3?
Jags.
I like that. I think the Jags defense is going to have a bounce back season. That's why I like Minnesota. But yeah, I think Jaguars will definitely get a lot of turnovers this year. Your number 2,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And then your number 1.
The Rams.
Wow. Because they get a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
They get a lot of sacks. They get a lot of interceptions.
They should get interceptions. You think that Butler will be better, or you think that Peters is going to be better. You think the safeties are going to be better.
Yes.
So, I just assume it's going to turn around for them, and their defense is going to be good.
I like it. Any sleeper defenses for them?
I'd say Houston, Denver.
I like Houston.
And
Denver too. They still got a good defense.
And they got Fangio, they got Chubb.
That's true.
Von Miller.
Yeah, and now you got Vic Fangio as their head coach. So you know what? The Denver defense might be a really good pick to at least pick up by committee week by week.
Yeah, or you could even go Pittsburgh. They tend to get points. They don't give up too many yards.
You still got Mike Tomlin as your head coach. He's still doing his shit. You know, Pittsburgh's defense usually isn't they're a bend 'em, not break 'em type defense.
I'd say if you need one or two, if you either draft the defense that's just getting lit up, I'd say waiver wires by week. I'd say look at Seattle and Green Bay. The Packers defense is going to be better.
I'm really liking Seattle's defense.
Seattle's kind of going back.
They are. They're getting those young kids back to not Legion of Boom type, but that defense is looking mighty scary again in Seattle. So,
got douches.
We got douches.
Yeah.
What's your douche? I think I have
Colts fans.
That's a tough one.
No, it's not, because it's the same as freaking Earl Thomas. If a player does what they can do for you, and they don't want to cripple themselves anymore or don't want to play, you don't fucking boo them out of the stadium because they don't want to. Did the Lions do that to Barry Sanders when he retired early, or Megatron?
But I don't know if the boos were mainly. There were, of course, a lot of some boos to Andrew Luck, but I don't think it was towards Andrew Luck. I think it was towards the frustrations and the Jim Irsay for being a complete cocksucker, and because they just literally find out when they're in the stadium, they see Andrew Luck over there, they're confused, and you were literally a contender to win the AFC. You were literally a contender to get to the Super Bowl.
But do it this way.
And now you are not.
But do it this way. If it was the Packers and Aaron Rodgers said, I don't want to hurt myself anymore, I'm done.
Would you
boo him?
No. No, I wouldn't. So, okay. I get it.
I mean, the Favre thing I could understand because he
did it
every fucking year. To other teams.
Bitch. Fuck you.
But
my douche is Jim Irsay. I think he sucks. He sucks for the Colts. Do you know the first 7 years of Andrew Luck's career that they only drafted 3 offensive linemen before the 7th round in those 7 years? That sucks.
So one of them's Quentin Nelson. He is a monster.
And now Andrew Luck's gone, so it doesn't even really matter. Does it? Does it?
Does for Jacoby.
Damn it.
No, but Irsay obviously doesn't know how to run a team.
He's my dude.
But the same thing can be said for other teams in the league. For the longest time, the Browns didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Same with the Packers when they'd constantly draft people and then have to trade them away because they were just hot trash.
Yeah.
The Bears for the longest time with Emery and Angelo just completely fucking themselves over. Teams have bad ownership, bad general managers all the time. And, he's a bit more of an asshole than the other ones. But, I don't know, saying, he didn't draft, enough offensive linemen.
But Andrew Luck was getting killed every year.
Yeah,
you weren't doing shit to help him.
You could look at draft zone. When you draft a top offensive lineman, sometimes you get amazing ones, back to Terry, but even that's what they want.
Didn't even try.
When sometimes you end up with what the Giants did when they went back to back years drafting offensive linemen, and they all were basically turnstiles. like offensive linemen, it's easy to find good ones late, like kind of like the Packers did with McIntyre and Bulaga, and they drafted this new guy in the second round, so that's a little different. But you can find linemen late. The early rounds are for like the skill positions, the receivers, the corners, the quarterbacks, the running backs. Now they didn't, except for Ty, they didn't really do great on that either. But
still didn't try. It wasn't good enough.
You don't know if he didn't try. He might have tried, and their guy might have gotten taken before them, and then you're not going to reach on a position just because you think you need that, because that's how you end up fucking your team over.
I guess. You still my dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jim Irsay, you suck. But no, you know what? I understand with Andrew Luck. I understand that he didn't have it anymore, and that's
he just didn't want to do it anymore.
I mean, he had a fucking ruptured spleen 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 3 years ago. Well, he played last year. He didn't play the year before, so 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He had a ruptured fucking spleen, and then he hurt his fucking ankle this year.
Yeah.
So if he was still having like huge problems with his shoulder, his throwing shoulder, and his spleen, and just pain for the past 4 years, I don't blame him. I do not blame him one bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's getting kind of like Rodgers was interviewed about the Luck retirement, and he said that, like, number one, he thought it was disgusting that the fans booed him. It's he didn't deserve it because he's a great player.
He didn't.
But he also
deserve
said,
it. I understand all that.
But then the reporter asked him, like, so have you ever thought about, during your injuries, about possibly retiring? And he was like, yeah. He's like, when you're away from the team, and you're hurt, it gets lonely. You don't like it, and you think about, maybe I'm just done. And then they asked him, like, well, when are you gonna retire? And he was like, kind of what Luck did. When the game stopped being fun and you stop loving it, you leave.
Then you leave.
He's like obviously Luck didn't love the game anymore. He didn't want to do it anymore, so he's gone.
That's okay. But all right, I got a question for you. Because Andrew Luck is 29, he's gonna be turning 30 soon. Do you think he will make a comeback?
Maybe.
I think he will. Yeah. You know what? I think he'll take 2 years out, and he'll come back in, it's 2019, right? So he'll come back in 2021. I think he'll be back. At 32, 33 years of age, I think he'll be back.
I could see him coming back.
Because he loves football. He loves the game.
Yeah.
And you know what? He might just need 2 years to be 100%, well, at least 95% healthy. And I think he'll get the itch, and he'll want to come back. And I think he will in 3 seasons. Or 3 seasons.
Watch who's on the Patriots.
Oh my god. It's all a fucking ploy.
Then the Colts just died because they lost who was supposed to, like, bring them back.
Tom Brady retires this year for some reason. Andrew Luck comes back. Oh my god. And then Andrew Luck goes and wins 3 Super Bowls in a row with the Patriots. Fuck everybody's life on that. Fuck everybody's life. So, what else? What do you got there?
I'm looking at Bray's tweets because he's
yes!
a genius.
I want to talk about Bray Wyatt.
So he tweeted this to Braun Strowman.
Yes. Because there's a leak
that he might be in Hell in a Cell.
There's a leak that Bray Wyatt.
So Bray tweeted this. Come teach me, baby boy. I love you. I've never lost to South, and I don't care if I die, literally. And then some fan responded, this sounds corny. First time I've seen out-of-character Fiend. Baby boy, I've never lost to Seth. Then Bray responds, because Bray does Bray. He says, if you knew me, and you don't, you would understand there's no character, and I call everyone baby boy, including millennial critics with no credibility such as yourself. So go worship Becky, and I'll go on changing the business that belongs to me.
Wow! I mean, he even said baby boy when he was just Bray Wyatt back when he first started, you know? Like, it's not, like, oh, baby boy. It's more of like, it's supposed to be a demeaning thing.
Yeah.
Like, you are so much, inferior of me. Yes. That's what it is. But this fucking douchebag doesn't know what the fuck. I love it. I love it.
The Bray stuff is interesting because the rumor is whoever wins between Braun and Seth, Bray's going to challenge
the Fiend
in a Hell in a Cell.
In a Hell in a Cell also.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I love it. I'm sorry. I love it.
I do,
it
but
needs
it's
to
too
happen.
soon. He's had one rivalry. Yeah, it wasn't even a rivalry. It was just like a match where he killed Finn.
It was that he kills Finn Balor.
And, it was cool, but there's still very little you know about the character, except for he's an abomination, but you don't know what led him to that yet.
True.
And putting the title, number one, just because he's in the match, you don't know if he's going to win that match.
Well, if he doesn't win the match, then that's just a Vince McMahon thing, and you are killing the character.
Yeah. But also,
so I understand.
So even if he wins that match, it's really early to put the title on someone, and you could risk having something like with Asuka when she got the title, where people are just like, "Oh, you're champion now." I'm just saying more. Okay, bye. And just like not caring anymore. Him having the title
the Fiend becomes a new Brock Lesnar in a way.
Well, yeah, and with him it could be a little different because
he will be there.
Brock, you just knew wasn't going to appear. Bray, randomly shows up and attacks people.
Yes.
And you could have a cool thing where the belt in the Firefly Funhouse and he's filming
have
stuff
it on the wall or something.
And there's also rumors that they already made a custom title for him.
You even said that last week before all this shit happened. Yeah. So,
but that's because the rumor was he was going to win it in January, not he's going to win it now because they're freaking out about ratings.
Well, they are freaking out about ratings. And you know what? This might also be a knee-jerk reaction towards AEW starting in October. And what better way?
They're using more NXT versus AEW to kind of calm that.
But what other better way than to give the most popular guy the biggest belt?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest belt is the WWE belt.
Yes, but the WWE belt is on the second tier show.
But it's still the biggest belt.
It is.
And that's kind of one thing I talked about when my friend at work where he said that he thought that Bray would lose right away because the rumored WrestleMania is Seth versus Roman for the title. And I told him not necessarily. The rumor is Seth versus Roman for a title. Roman might win the SmackDown title, and Seth may go over to SmackDown.
Maybe win the Royal Rumble.
And challenge Roman for the WWE title. And then Seth goes to SmackDown.
That'd be interesting. I would like that. I would like that. So then you have Orton beat Kofi, and then you have
Orton have a little 3-4 month reign,
and then Roman beats
Orton. Because Orton, Orton could lose, and it doesn't really matter because Orton's so high up that.
But what are you gonna do?
Basically
you're gonna have Roman beat Kofi.
No, you'd have Randy beat Kofi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, then eventually maybe you're on Royal Rumble back or No Mercy, whatever's after.
We get
Royal Rumble, whatever's after.
Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series isn't going to be title matches, though. It's going to be, same man.
So
maybe TLC, Orton wins.
Orton should win Kofi against Kofi at Hell in a Cell.
Or Clash of Champions.
And then have Roman beat Orton in TLC.
Yeah.
And then Roman will have the title until WrestleMania and then face off Seth Rollins, who will probably win the Royal Rumble.
But I also said
back-to-back times.
I said one interesting way they could go with the Bray thing is, okay, you have him already tweeting that he challenged them. But what if he does it different? What if he doesn't even let the Braun Seth match happen? He just runs out and attacks both of them. Then at Hell in a Cell, it's a triple threat match. And then Bray could lose that match and not look weak because Braun or Seth could get pinned and Bray could just be out of position, bad timing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Bray would still be in the title picture because he didn't lose, and he's so crazy that he'll just force his way in anyway.
And he'll just
then at the next pay-per-view, which will be TLC or something else.
Yeah, because the next one will be a Survivor Series, which no titles will be on it. And then maybe TLC or Royal Rumble.
He fights for the title and he wins.
Okay. I like it, but I don't know. I love Bray Wyatt.
I mean, most likely he'll probably win it at Hell in a Cell because they'll do
because
something
of
crazy.
knee-jerk reactions and they need this shit now.
And they'll have him kind of mankind people in the Hell in a Cell and just beat the fuck out of him.
And you know what? I say you have Seth Rollins somehow win at Clash of Champions, or it would be a disqualification because Bray Wyatt would come in. Yeah. So then you just have Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt, Hell in a Cell. Bray Wyatt wins, and then I would love to see actually Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
But that's kind of where this kind of differs a little bit. Is the big like kind of mega storyline they're kind of pushing over on SmackDown with who made Rowan attack Roman. So they're saying it's one of three people right now.
Daniel Bryan.
Luke Harper. No, Bryan's out.
Why?
It wasn't Bryan.
But he's the one that just smacked the fuck out of Aaron Rowan. And
because Rowan pissed him off.
Okay.
That it's one of three people. Luke Harper.
Okay.
Liv Morgan as Abby the Witch, which is what she may be coming back as. Or The Fiend. Because one of The Fiend's lines is, The Fiend never forgets.
That's true.
And the way this goes, it makes Daniel Bryan look like an asshole because he orchestrated the attack. Daniel Bryan faked being in the Wyatt family just to get one over on Bray. So Bray turns around and gets his old guys to say, attack Roman and blame it on Bryan.
Blame it on Bryan.
And Bryan looks like the bad guy. And this could be Bryan turning back to the
face.
good guy.
Yeah.
And
then maybe starting a Fiend Daniel Bryan or Fiend Roman Reigns.
Yeah. And then
you have a Survivor Series.
The Wyatts.
The Wyatt family.
Against Seth Roman and whoever else.
Bryan.
Yeah, Seth Roman and Bryan. Yeah.
There you go.
And then it's even further saying that Liv will come back as Abby the Witch. And that's kind of what they're saying too, that Liv might have made him do it as Abby.
Right.
Convincing him this is what needs to happen.
Holy shit, that would be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. I'm trying to think what else happened on Raw and SmackDown.
Raw was, I mean, the way the King of the Ring is,
Baron Corbin's gonna win.
Is really disappointing.
If
you're gonna have a heel do it, it would have been better with Drew.
They're gonna have a storyline leg injury for Ricochet.
Yeah.
Which
they already have it.
Baron Corbin win.
Yeah.
And Baron Corbin's gonna be in the title.
Or Ricochet gets taken out, the Fiend comes in and just fucks everyone up.
You know what? No, that would be perfect storyline. No, it is. Because then the Fiend becomes King of the Ring, and then he now has a legitimate reason why he should get a title shot at Hell in a Cell. Is it not?
Yeah. But they don't But they don't think like that.
No, they don't. No, they're just like, yo, everybody thinks you're popular, you're the number one contender.
Yeah.
What?
But
didn't even earn it in storyline?
Like, if they were going to go like the heel route, it would have been better if they gave it to Drew. Because Drew kind of looks more Scottish King, like it would have been cool, like kind of like Sheamus.
Yeah.
Or go with Joe, and just have Joe fuck everyone up.
But you know what?
Right. Or Buddy Murphy would have been cool, but that match was
Ali
awesome
versus Buddy. Yeah. That was sick.
Same with Ricochet versus Cesaro.
Oh my God, Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah. And Cesaro versus Cedric. I mean.
Yeah, Cedric's gonna have the leg injury or whatever against Corbin.
But if it goes, because usually the King of the Ring and the Money in the Bank are the heel, which is kind of weird. But the only face I could see possibly winning now, just because he is so high.
Ali?
No, Ricochet.
Oh, well,
because Ricochet has beaten Baron before.
Yes.
And he's beaten Joe once or twice.
How crazy of a finals would it be if we got Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet?
That would be cool.
That would be insane.
But that's the other one on SmackDown that I think might win. And I think they're just kind of going away from the attention on him because they might want it to be a surprise.
What?
Andrade.
That needs to happen. Andrade needs it, but you know what? After I heard Baron Corbin say King Corbin, I'm like, that fits too fucking good. I hate this place. But you know what?
Yeah, but one of the other heels
so...
stay on SmackDown too.
Elias. Yeah, but no, well, yeah, King Elias. That doesn't sound as good as King Corbin. You can sell King Corbin.
Not really. You couldn't sell him as Money in the Bank. You couldn't sell him as US champ. You couldn't sell him as GM.
But you can sell him as WWE champion.
He isn't going to win the title.
Then it would not make sense for Baron Corbin to win King of the Ring.
The King of the Ring isn't for a title.
No,
Billy Gunn won King of the Ring and he never won shit.
But it usually jumpstarts your career.
Billy Gunn won King of the Ring and it didn't do shit.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Sheamus won because he's friends with Triple H. Because he's friends with Triple H.
Billy Gunn is a Hall of Famer.
Because he's friends with Triple H. Rikishi's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is. Damn it.
Pete Rose is a fucking WWE Hall of Famer. So is Trump.
And Kid Rock. Oh, God, that's right. Oh, Jesus. Trump is a goddamn Hall of Famer. Yikes. But no, yeah, Raw and SmackDown were legit. We're good. I liked them. It was good.
I continue to like the Orton revival, fucking everybody up there.
Dude, Orton is so
like they're
sick.
so good with each other.
They are. Yeah, it'll be a great. I would love to see them as a stable.
I think that they're kind of going with that now, and it's gonna be. They're gonna be fun. I could see them beating the New Day for the tag titles on SmackDown.
I can see that.
Orton getting the WWE title off of Kofi,
and then
they just run over people.
Exactly.
And like the RKO they keep doing to fucking Kofi and Xavier is
awesome. It's fucking awesome.
I kind of thought they were gonna do to Big E what he did to Xavier when they had him down. I thought they were gonna do the whole leg snap thing to him too.
But I love the Shinsuke Sami Zayn thing.
Yeah, Shinsuke is good with Zayn. It's funny. I think I'm kind of disappointed in what their rumored match for him is going to be at Clash of Champions, which is just like sounds like a stupid ass fucking match. It's supposed to be him versus No Way Jose.
Who?
Shinsuke.
No, it's Miz. It's Miz.
The rumor match on the site is
it's already
I know, but the rumor thing on the
they just said it last night. That Miz said, "I challenge you for the Intercontinental title," and they had a whole promo on it. And then Shinsuke attacked, and it's good. No, I think it's in, man. Hold on, no.
Google No Way Jose versus Shinsuke.
No. Wait. No, this can't be. Shinskar.
That's his new gimmick, Shinskar.
It's not saying anything. I'm sorry, man. I think maybe that might have been the rumor before SmackDown, but Clash of Champions card. This is from 14 hours ago. All right, so we got Seth versus Braun, Kofi versus Orton, Bayley versus Charlotte, Seth Rollins and Braun versus Ziggler and Roode. We gotta talk about that. That was weird. Gulak versus Humberto. What? No. No. All right, here's the predictions. Becky versus Sasha. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. What? Why? That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense if it's the Miz. I don't get it. What the fuck is
there? No Way Jose calls out Shinsuke. And Shinsuke responded.
God, no! No, don't do that to us. What the fuck is with Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode?
I don't know, but I think something's going to happen this week on Raw. Because supposedly the Authors of Pain are back. I think they're going to annihilate Roode and Ziggler and just take their spot.
I hope so.
And then
I really fucking hope so. Because that's
Braun will either walk out on Seth or Seth will walk out on Braun.
And then Authors of Pain.
And then they've got the champs.
Because Ziggler and Roode is just weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. You should have just given it to Heavy Machinery or somebody.
Or the Revival.
Or Revival, yeah, because you need a heel. So there is also something that I wanted to talk about a little bit with AEW that I read a little bit of an article, how they are going to be very modernized with storylines, and they will not go down the traditional path of baby faces and heels.
I mean, they've kind of started to go away with that in WWE too a little bit, at least in NXT.
Well, yeah, NXT for sure. But Vince McMahon still wants his faces and heels on Raw and SmackDown, no matter what the crowd does. We still get the generic,
but it's
cheap pops and the generic cheap boos.
Yeah, they do that, but
Sasha Banks actually had a really good promo, by the way. That I just thought of that.
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and I love, like, I was kind of going back to from last year. I loved her attacking Natalya just because I fucking hate Natalya. And everything like Sasha said in her promo was like 100%.
Was actually true.
It was 100% true.
It was almost
it
was a work.
Because that's all Natalya does. She goes, I'm so sad because my friends are attacking me and because my dad died and because of this, I'm so sad. And why'd she attack me again? And that's like all she does.
Well, I thought it was also genius that Sasha Banks, or at least the creative that actually wrote her promo,
and talked about her like
how
being away.
Legit.
Yeah.
Did I cry at the end of WrestleMania in the locker room? Yeah, I did.
Because I was in a stupid tag team match that I didn't want to be in. And started being in the main event.
I love when they kind of break down the
fourth wall. She's being a heel again because that's better.
Yeah, she's
for her.
And then I thought, just change your hair.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. Why
and
not?
Then like the end with the bank statement where she kind of turned into a little bell walk where she had her arm like wrapped around her.
Yes.
And then like pin it again after the match was good. I could honestly see her beating Becky.
I can too.
I think they kind of went as far as they're gonna go with Becky as the champ.
Yeah, she's been champ since WrestleMania.
And she's been a good champ.
She's been great, but you know what? Now she needs to chase it again.
Yeah.
Even for a few months. Even up until TLC. She needs to chase it again.
Yeah.
You need Sasha to win this match.
Yeah,
you need
Sasha I think she will. I think she's gonna.
I think so too.
Be like brutal in the match. I think I could see Sasha end up winning.
Oh yeah.
I like the direction they're going with Sasha. I'm interested, like, because I think this is might be leading to also Bayley being a little darker too. Because every time, like, they kind of ask Bayley about Sasha in the little backstage segments, she kind of just goes all, well, like, she's my friend, so whatever she does, there's a reason for her, and I kind of support her. But then she's like, but Natalya and Becky are my friends too. But if Sasha's doing this, obviously she has a reason, and then she kind of went and said, but I don't want to tell you what I really think because then everyone's going to take it the wrong way. And I think that might lead to Bayley being a bit of a heel, a bit of a tweener, and change her character up a little bit.
I like it. Now, here's another interesting thing because I honestly think, other than the Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan promo at the end of SmackDown was a little bit weird and like it was kind of confusing in a way. Like it's like so, like we said, or like how you said, who was it? Was it Luke Harper? Was it Bray Wyatt? Was it Abby the Witch, Liv Morgan, or like it was just weird how Daniel Bryan, just because they showed Rowan in that camera,
because it proved Bryan was lying.
Yeah,
and it proved that Rowan was lying, and that Rowan did attack him, and then like I could see it like from Bryan's perspective, like Bryan being pissed because he's kind of. I mean, this is different. This is real life versus wrestling. Like, okay, remember when Braun was accused of steroids?
Yes.
And Aaron Rodgers was Braun's really good friend, and Rodgers kept saying like, "Oh, this was probably a mistake. He probably didn't do it." That one, it was proven he did.
Yeah.
Rodgers kind of just responded angry. And
like what the fuck?
Yeah, like I could see this being this situation where Bryan, through the whole time, because Rowan told him he didn't do it, was like, no, Rowan didn't do it. I'm going to investigate who really did it.
Because
it's not
so
Rowan.
He was being legit.
And he, like, thought Rowan didn't do it. And then when it was proven that he did, he was like, fuck, I'm saying that you didn't do
that you didn't. Okay.
And now you did.
That
and
makes,
like, what the fuck?
And then that's why he was just slapping the fuck out of Rowan. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea, Daniel. I don't think that's a good idea, Brian. This is another thing, and this was really weird of booking on SmackDown, I think. Why was the main event match Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin?
I don't know.
That didn't make sense. I honestly thought when they came out, I'm like, Fiend's coming out. Yeah. Fiend's coming out, gonna kill both of them. Fiend is in King of the Ring. I really thought. Why? Because I was like, why is this the main event? Are they really that hard trying to push Chad Gable?
No. I think
or like what is
kind
this?
of how the booking kind of fell.
Like
because it was the main event match, but the main event thing was actually.
Yeah, I understand that, but like I would have rather had Ali and Buddy Murphy because both of them had been trending up.
That was a crazy match.
Why wasn't that the second to last thing?
Yeah,
I mean,
like I had a few problems with the
booking
this week. The whole obviously Rude and Ziggler going over the tag
that was stupid. Weird.
The Baron winning period is stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be now predictable.
Yeah,
because Corbin's gonna possibly win the King of the Ring, and it's gonna be like, well, fuck me, right? Like Jesus. So yeah, the booking was a little weird this week. It all makes sense. Because I read an article today that Vince McMahon took the SmackDown script and ripped it up again and rewrote it himself.
Yeah.
Fuck. So that's why SmackDown was a little bit weird, but it still doesn't say anything about Ziggler and Robert Roode.
Like the Elias Ali, I think Ali's gonna.
I think Ali's gonna beat Elias. Yes.
Andrade's gonna destroy Chad Gable.
He should. Yes.
Joe most likely will beat Ricochet.
No, I think Ricochet. I think Ricochet's gonna.
And I don't think Cedric competes. I think Fiend ends up coming out and just like fucking up Baron Corbin.
I would love for that to happen, and it would make so much storyline sense for him to, of course, fend for the go for the title at Hell in a Cell. But I think Baron Corbin is gonna fucking somehow win, and that's gonna suck.
And then Andrade is gonna beat Ali.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say Mustafa Ali is gonna beat Andrade. Then Baron Corbin beats Ricochet, and Baron Corbin beats Ali.
No, I think Andrade beats Ali. I still kind of think Andrade is going to end up winning.
I hope so.
I think Andrade will, because Andrade is a little different. Like, because yes, he's a full-on heel and an asshole because that's his character and like what he portrays, but he still gets the cheers, gets like good responses.
He's good in the ring.
So you could build up Andrade versus Baron as the match because even though Andrade is not a face, he gets a face reaction, and especially against Baron, he'll get a super face reaction because nobody fucking likes Baron Corbin.
Or just have Andrade versus Ricochet.
Yeah.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I think Andrade, since Buddy's out, which was who I kind of thought was going to win, I think Andrade will end up winning.
Yeah. I hope so, but
because people kind of said too, like, that Baron may win because of the whole like King Corbin thing, and like
it fits.
It
fits too well. I'm sorry to say,
but there's also
like on context, it fits too well.
But there's also reports that if you look at the past people who have done that have like sat at the King of the Ring throne,
they usually lose.
And done the promo that they're going to be the king before they actually win, they usually lose.
It's true.
And like the two heels that did it were Baron and Elias. And Elias obviously isn't going.
Well, McIntyre did it too.
And McIntyre lost.
And he lost. So hopefully this is a nice little trend of whoever is a cocksucker and wants to go up and fuck with the throne loses, and that'd be great.
Yeah, and I think I could see them easily giving it to Baron just because they keep giving him shit that he's not ready for and that isn't right for him. But
Yeah. I mean, it sucks because I really liked Corbin a few years ago. I thought he was a beast, and they kind
still has
of
a really
they
cool
killed him
finisher.
off with the Constable Corbin.
Yeah.
That's when they went all you guys are really fucking this up.
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to make him into an enforcer type figure, but it's not working for him. I honestly think Corbin needs to grow his hair back.
He can't because his hair was thin, and that's why he shaved it.
Oh. Well, fuck. Get a wig.
It only works if you have a mask and you can hold it on, like Kane does.
Get him a mask. Make him part of the Fiends.
No,
Sure.
don't fuck up the Fiend by making him team with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, you're right. I have nothing for Baron Corbin. I have nothing else.
I just didn't understand, like him winning this first round match, makes sense because,
yeah,
obviously, wasn't gonna win.
No,
but
yeah, who did he face again? Oh, it was Rey Mysterio. No.
Fuck.
Who the fuck was it? It was
The Miz.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Miz isn't gonna win. And the Cedric one was a little weird, beating Zayn because I thought Zayn might have gone a little further, but they want to keep the heel.
And that was a squash match.
But
that was in 3 minutes.
But even if it keeps going, I think just because of who Joe is, he's gonna beat Ricochet because Joe chokes people out and fucks people up.
And he didn't forget about the last time Ricochet and then fought, and Ricochet beat him for the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship.
Then say Baron does win, and it's Baron versus Joe.
Oh my God.
Essentially, Joe will fuck up him.
And then, Samoa Joe would hopefully fuck up Baron Corbin and get to the finals.
And then that would be either Andrade or Ali and Elias, or Andrade and Ali.
Yeah.
And then you could have either Ali versus Joe or Andrade versus Joe. But, yeah, I don't think they're going to be stupid enough to let Baron be king of the ring, despite the promo.
If Vince McMahon is full on this, he might get his little puppy dog one again.
But I think it'll be either. It's obviously going to be heel. But I think it's going to be Joe,
or
the Fiend, or Andrade.
I hope.
I could see, I said,
so.
I could see them doing something backstage where Alexander is just pulled, and they say he's not healthy enough to compete. He can't go out, and then Baron just kind of does a little shot in the ring because he thinks he won by a forfeit. And then the lights go out. Fiend comes out. Hits his sister Abigail, hits the claw, and the refs just kind of
I'm just
okay,
gonna count 1, 2, 3, you win.
Then lights go out and he disappears.
Exactly. I would love that. I would fucking love that.
And then, you could even have the announcers be like, was he in the tournament? What the hell?
He pulls a Shane McMahon.
Yeah, what the hell just happened?
He pulls a Shane McMahon. There you go.
And then if that happens, then obviously, Joe wouldn't end up beating Ricochet. Then it would probably be Ricochet versus the Fiend.
Yeah.
And then Fiend ends
up destroying Ricochet.
Yeah.
And they'll be great because Ricochet knows how to take a lot of,
sell
a lot of shit. Yeah, sell a lot
bumps.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I could see them kind of going that route with the Fiend because the last time they did an injury angle like this, they ended up taking the person out of the tournament entirely.
You're right.
Which was the Miz and the greatest.
The greatest in the world.
Best in the world.
Best in the world bullshit. Yeah.
Or even they did it in the King of the Ring before, years ago, because I think that's how Billy ended up in it.
I think you're right.
Because it was supposed to be Road Dogg, and then Road Dogg got hurt.
Yeah, and then Billy just took his spot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I could see, and it would kind of make sense. Fiend just randomly shows up and just chokes out Corbin, and then it's just what the fuck just happened?
That just happened.
They're okay,
Christ.
I guess the Fiend is the King of the Ring,
and now we all got to deal with it.
Yeah. And then he ends up fucking up Ricochet because Ricochet, like Ali, could take the high impact bumps and look good, still look good even in a loss. I could even see a situation where, because I don't think the story with him and AJ is over, where you could have Ricochet versus Joe, and if you don't put the Fiend in this match, and it's just Baron beating up or hurt Cedric, I could see a situation where the club runs out and attacks Ricochet before the match.
Yeah.
And then just throws him into Joe. Joe hits the coquina clutch and moves on.
Exactly.
So I think there's interesting ways they could continue to book the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason I don't think it's going to end with Baron is just because if you go into the card and the finals for it are Baron versus Ali, no one's really going to care.
No, you're right. No one is going to care.
But say if it's Samoa Joe versus Ali or Samoa Joe versus Andrade, people will be like, okay, that's going to be
fun.
Or
Joe's in there.
Or even if it's different and it's the Fiend, people just be like,
why
why is this happening? But okay.
Oh my God. Exactly.
But yeah, I think it could be interesting if they do it right. I kind of don't have faith they're going to do it right, but
I don't either.
But it's going to be a cool pay-per-view.
Yes.
I think a lot of the titles are going to
change hands.
I think
so too.
Sasha's probably going to win. Orton's probably going to win.
Yep.
The Revival will probably get a tag title match, and they're probably going to fuck up the New
Day, hopefully.
So. Seth and Baron are pretty sure going to lose their tag titles.
Yeah.
Versus whoever they face, if it is Dolph and Rude, or if it's which I mean, like as of it looks thrown together, it's not a good team, but most of the randomly thrown together Dolph teams do end up being pretty good.
Yeah,
and like it was with him and Drew, and that him and the Miz for a little while.
Yeah, that's right. Him and the Miz were a tag team for a
bit. And Rude is amazing.
He is, and they just need something to do with him, and they know that Dolph Ziggler can draw, and maybe they could make Rude and Ziggler into a nice little tag team for a bit.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be okay for a little while, and obviously, if they do beat Baron and Seth, it'll just be them being placeholders for the titles until either Authors of Pain or Heavy Machinery take it from them.
Exactly.
And Authors of Pain are supposed to be on this next Raw. Honestly, I could see, because like the big knock with the Authors of Pain was that they kind of need a management person.
Yeah.
Because neither of them can really talk, and that's what Ellering was for. But Ellering didn't want to travel every week, so that's why he's kind of stayed back. I was thinking, if they do move forward with the main authority figure is Heyman, and they even do that on TV.
Yeah.
The perfect thing for him would be they're his version of 3 Minute Warning with Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, you're right.
When you piss off Heyman, Authors of Pain just run over you.
Fuck off, motherfuckers.
And then you could even have Heyman kind of come out and be like, oh, the tag team turmoil thing was a brilliant idea I had, but then these two people that were just thrown together just randomly won, and that's not what's supposed to happen. So you're facing the Authors of Pain.
And the winners of that gets the title match.
Yeah,
gets the title match, Braun and Seth. It's oh, fucking lovely. Can't wait.
And then Authors of Pain run through Rude and Ziggler and end up getting the match, or they could even just be put into the match.
Right.
And he could even just say, this is now a triple threat match. Authors of Pain versus Rude and Ziggler versus Strowman and Seth. And that's kind of one thing that didn't make sense with how they do teams, is kind of how fast they pull them apart.
Yep.
They did with the American Alpha, but that's also Jason Jordan's hurt really bad and unfortunately can't wrestle anymore.
Right.
But also Gable and Shelton Benjamin which were really good together as a team for a while.
Gable and Rude,
which were getting better.
It was.
And
you know,
like
we
they
were
just
finally
kinda,
getting a hang of it, and then they're like, oh, not anymore. It's like, oh.
But
And then
and you even saw it like a couple of years ago with Enzo and Cass. I mean, it was pulled apart for different reasons.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But-
because Enzo's an asshole, and they're like, you know what? We're just gonna split you guys up. Then you want to be an asshole? Fuck you. You guys are no more.
I was kind of laughing because now it's kind of becoming obvious who Jericho's partner is going to be, and it's going to be Jon Moxley because he's pulled out of the pay-per-view match, so he'll be put into the tag match.
You think so?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I thought he really had. Or
he
is
does. He is really hurt.
Okay,
but that's the first TV thing, so the problem in a tag match, even if you're not 100%, you're not always in.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
So I could think he's gonna be, and one friend keeps like saying that wouldn't it just be hilarious if Jericho's like super hyping this team and it ends up being Enzo and Cass, and it's like that he's like hyping it up as like some megastars,
oh my
like
God.
like the '90s NWO like megastar people, and it's fucking Enzo and Cass.
No, you're terrible.
Or it's Too Cool.
Oh fuck that. Scotty Too Hot. Well, wait, you can't because isn't
there were like 5 different Scotty Too Hotties. He's like Dink and Doink. There were different versions of them.
Lawler's kid dead.
Yeah.
So
you could find another Grandmaster
oh
Sexy. And so will be Grandmaster Sexy, and then they'll have Scotty Too Hottie. Scotty Too Hottie and Enzo Amore.
That sounds terrifying.
And that'll be Jericho's partners.
Fuck that shit.
And then Jericho will be the champion because that's the only reason he bought the company.
Yep.
Was so he could win titles.
He'll be the next champion for sure.
But honestly, the AEW thing will be interesting. I'll watch a few episodes.
And that's in the next 6 weeks, I think.
I do think that they're kind of also one of my little douches because the fact that they have different messages where Jericho's like, oh, we're not in war with anybody because I don't believe this is a war. I don't believe. Then you have Cody and the Bucks like, oh, we're going to fuck up NXT and this is like kind of on and everything.
Yeah.
And like just that they're kind of going different directions. But like, and people are trying to make it seem like, oh, WWE made this move because they're afraid of AEW. But that's not the case because NXT has always been on Wednesday.
Yeah,
that has been the day that NXT has been on since they made it like this brand.
Yeah.
AEW is the one who put themselves on Wednesday because they said, oh, we're going to go against NXT. Then Triple H and Vince are like, okay, you want to fucking play this game? NXT is now on network TV.
And you get an extra hour.
Let's see what happens.
And they put in an extra hour.
So it can actually go in 2 hours versus 2 hours.
Exactly.
And I'm kind of surprised it's USA and not Fox.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing right there.
Because that's what everyone's assumption with the Fox deal was that it was going to be for NXT too. But I think what WWE was thinking was if they did put it on Fox wouldn't have put it on the main network. It would have been one of their stupid Fox Sports 1, and no one knows what the fuck channel that is.
Exactly.
So they're just like, okay, and then they could also be, okay, we're losing SmackDown, so we need another show.
NXT.
So we'll have NXT, and I think, and like tonight on NXT, the Undisputed Era beat the Street Profits, got the tag titles.
Yes, they did.
And just... like, I like most of the people in AEW. I like Kenny Omega. I love Cody Rhodes. Even some of the, like, under people I like. It's just, like, some of the people that are gonna get pushed, like, I just can't stand. Like Jericho anymore. Or the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the Young Bucks.
Because, like, the Young Bucks, since they got up, were kind of hyped to be like the next Hardy Boys.
Yeah, they were.
And then, as soon as the Bullet Club formed, it just kind of got to their heads, and then it's just 9 million super kicks a match and stupid spots that aren't really for anything, just for a flash.
Yeah.
Because even their fucking finisher, the Meltzer driver, whatever, is a tombstone pile driver with a pointless flip where the second buck doesn't even touch the fucking guy.
Right.
And it's just a tombstone pile driver.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Now, if it would have been like the old school Enforcers move where it's a spike from the top and it's him going off the top doing the flip and then pounding the guy's legs and makes it look like something, okay, that's a cool move. But if it's just a stupid springboard for the fact that it's just a stupid springboard, it's not anything.
It's just flashing.
And also, there are not the next Hardys because the main thing about the Hardys was, yeah, they were fucking brutal and fucking amazing as a tag team.
Yeah.
But they can also go on their own.
Yes.
And if anyone from the new era is the next Hardys, I think it's more the Briscoes in Ring of Honor because both of them have done individual champions, or it's the Wolves in TNA, who have both won individual titles as well. The Bucks, if they're not a team, no one's going to pay for Nick Jackson main event of a pay-per-view. No one's going to care if it's one-on-one Nick Jackson versus, even if it's Kenny Omega. People will watch it, but they'll watch it because they'll be like, okay, let's see Kenny Omega fuck him up.
Yeah. Destroy the fuck out of Nick Jackson.
But, and that was kind of different. I mean, you could kind of even Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Even though Christian never got his proper rub in WWE, on his own, Intercontinental Champion, he made that title important.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
he was an amazing champion. Even though his world title reign didn't last good, he got it, and he is like a definite Hall of Famer. And that's kind of one of the other interesting things is with his partner and fake brother and Edge.
Yes.
Who's now saying he can wrestle again.
I know. That is very interesting. I think we're going to see an Edge WrestleMania match, at least one.
Edge versus Christian?
I would say Edge versus AJ Styles.
That would be cool.
I
just want to do Edge versus Christian. Yeah. Just I loved how much they fucking tore into each other when they were in promo.
That's true. They would just tear right into each other. But
or fuck it. Edge and Christian versus the Hardys again.
Why not? At WrestleMania.
I mean, obviously it's not going to be TLC because you don't want Edge to
die.
Yeah,
no, you don't. You don't want him to die.
Because you've already had one death on TV and it did not make the pay-per-view good.
Well, what about just Edge versus Jeff Hardy?
That would be... I mean, that was a couple world title matches.
It was.
And
they were good.
Yeah. So that would be good. And Jeff's supposed to be back within the next
October,
2 weeks. Yeah.
November,
November around TLC. So
just saying.
That could be cool. And I also love that on the Raw reunion when he just randomly speared Elias and everyone was just like,
wait,
what? You're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to.
Why did you do that? Why?
You can't do that.
So it's why did this happen? And then everyone's just like, did he actually just do that? Then all of a sudden he's posting articles. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could wrestle again. And everyone's like, come back, please.
Please come back. We need you, Edge. We need you.
Oh, and that kind of goes into good of the other thing I texted you about doing, the gimmick change thing.
Yes.
Okay, who would be your kind of top, you could even just do 3.
Okay.
Of the people who, once they changed gimmicks, they blew up.
Is the Fiend in it?
Should we put him away?
Should we put him away?
He can't be because originally he was Husky Harris. And Bray was a gimmick change.
Okay. I have an interesting one. You're going to think this is funny. And I think his first gimmick was actually pretty good too. Papa Shango to the Godfather.
Yeah, I like that.
Because the Godfather was huge.
Well, Papa Shango, I did like that
too. I loved Papa Shango.
And he's in the new game.
Papa Shango?
Yeah, it's
Oh
one
my
of the
god.
career things.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Fuck. How about American Badass Undertaker back to the Phenom?
I like that. I did enjoy him as American Badass, and every time
It was
he
fun,
comes back, I kind of expected to be back to that once again.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that was fun.
That.
Okay, who's your one then?
I'm really trying to think. Because who else was there? Oh man, I mean, well, I could tell you a bad one. Kane to corporate Kane. That was fucking.
But
terrible.
you could even go further. Isaac Yankum to Kane.
Because that's WCW.
No, Isaac was WWE.
Oh,
he was never in WCW.
He was.
It was Mark Caraway or whatever.
Yeah,
and WCW.
Yes, you're right.
But Isaac Yankum was WWE because it was Vince's evil dentist.
What about this isn't my number one, but wasn't it Snitsky to Carl Anderson?
No, it was Festus.
It was Festus.
Festus and Luke Gallows.
Festus and Luke Gallows. Yes, not Carl Anderson. It was Festus to Luke Gallows. It's not my number one, but that's a good one. You know what? No, my number one of all time, and I don't care. It's not WWE, but it is in a way. It's Matt Hardy to broken Matt Hardy.
Okay,
number one.
Yeah,
by far. That's fucking far.
I actually have 4. Not because of that. Because that is good, but it's not much. One is just because of the way it developed his career. Brood Edge to the rated R superstar.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, Brood Edge to the rated R superstar. Yeah,
because it was a slow burn development.
And
but once he became the rated R superstar, he was someone you just fucking straight hated, but it was just someone you still wanted to see.
Yes. Actually, I have another one, but go on.
All right, you go with your other one.
Stunning Steve. Yeah, Stunning Steve Williams to Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a huge. That might be going down. That's my number. That's 1A and 1B with Matt Hardy.
Then
1A and 1B with Matt
Hardy.
My
number 3 is another kind of edge where it's a slow burn development, but was the very first version of AJ Styles in WCW where he was in the tag team. Then his first version in TNA where he was just kind of the good guy that they kind of used for the whipping boy, and then eventually he got his run. And then you had him do his last gimmick in TNA, which was the no one gimmick, where he was just kind of there just to fuck people up.
Yeah.
And then you had his New Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Of the Bullet Club. Won you over. Huge. Phenomenal AJ. Then the WWE face that runs the place.
The face that runs the place. Yeah.
And my... number 2, because and now with these two, it's going into people where it drastically changed what they are. Rocky Maivia.
Oh, that's right. To the Rock.
To
the Rock. To the Rock. Rocky Maivia to the Rock. Game over. I like it.
And this is kind of 2 and 2A. My other one is John Bradshaw
Layfield. Oh my God. No, it's true because it made him into a huge WWE champion. I mean, he was just Bradshaw.
Yeah,
just some beer swelling, beat the fuck out of people in APA. And actually, you could even say that because APA were the acolytes.
Yeah.
They were in the fucking
ministry.
The ministry.
Yeah.
So you could say the acolytes
to APA
to
John Bradshaw.
And you know what? How funny! Oh my God!
And also
that's so hilarious.
Because it's like complete different.
Yeah.
Because it was
things.
The fucking drunk bar fight Bradshaw into the Wall Street
billionaire Donald Trump bullshit motherfucker.
But then my number 1, because it led to him being someone who I thought was going to beat Flair's record, but it just never happened. A 14-time world champion who was the blue blood Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
To the game.
And to the game, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin.
No, you're right.
The boss.
Because when you saw Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
And the fact that how it developed. Because it was in the click, it was in the curtain call. And then he had years of just getting beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. And then you saw him just take it and take it and take it. And then eventually they're like, okay, if you're going to keep doing it, then you'll move up.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how it goes in WWE, where you have to take your bumps and then you can move up.
Exactly.
And then
you have to take your big losses.
Then when he finally did get moved up, I mean, a lot of people are going to keep going with their bullshit that, he only...
Actually, now he's the COO.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to Hunter Hearst Helmsley to the game, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin, to
the boss.
COO.
Yeah. But, and people will always, because that's always their drag down of Triple H saying, it's because he married Stephanie. But that's far from the truth.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
A lot of the beatdown was because even back then he was dating Stephanie.
Yeah.
A lot of the beatdown was because Vince did not want his daughter to be with a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then
you're right.
When he started getting built up, it wasn't because of that. It was because people were starting to realize just how great he is in the ring.
Yeah.
Just how amazing he is on a mic.
Yes.
Because even if you do a top mic people, which is obviously Austin
Jericho, The Rock,
Triple H.
I mean, there you go. Those are your top four, hands down.
Because
John Cena, I'm sorry to say,
Cena's a fucking master at the mic.
He really is.
So
those five.
But even Triple H, he can go in one sentence where you love him to just fuck you. I want you to die. You're a fucking jackass. You're a fucking asshole.
I hate when he's champion. I hate it. He might go down as the greatest heel.
But even his returns.
Yeah.
Like when you hear that music, all of a sudden it's like, fuck, he's back. He's like, this is going to happen. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like, who's going to get sledgehammered? Who's going to get
Exactly. Who's getting sledgehammered? What the fuck's happening?
That's kind of like the one thing that was so weird. Because he has 14 now.
Yeah.
But he was at 13 for so long. And he was at 13 when he was still relatively young. So I was like, okay, he's going to be the one that beats Flair. Because he's Flair's kind of protege. He's Flair's friend. He's going to be the one that does it. And even Cena didn't beat it. He tied it.
He's tied. Yeah, he's not at 17 yet.
And now I'm starting to think...
Orton's at 12, right?
No, Orton's at 13, too.
Okay, he's at 13.
So I think it might be Orton that does it.
It might be Orton that does it.
Which would also make sense because Orton was Flair's
protege,
too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Triple H, just because, number one, of how drastic... Kind of with Bradshaw, too. With just how drastic of a change it was.
True.
Where he was the blue blood, suit.
Yeah, Hunter Hearst Butler, type guy, all snooty.
Then also into the leather jacket, sledgehammer wielding maniac who broke into Orton's house and just fucking wrecked the place.
And then also
into the corporate. And that's
insane.
also
it's insane.
What if you look at it too? You go from the most, you could say it about NWA too, but the most anti-establishment thing there was in D-Generation X.
Yeah.
Where they 100% fuck the system.
Yeah.
We're going to just run the fuck over you. We're going to destroy the system. We're going to destroy the boss. And even his first music was, if you're a McMahon, it's kind of, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Because you're the anti. And
yes, he was.
Then he is the boss.
Now he is the boss.
And he is the business.
Yes.
Because you could say what you want about AEW, but the only reason AEW is doing what they're doing is because they're seeing what Triple H does.
Yeah.
And even if they're not with it, they're like, okay, he's doing something that's...
he's doing something that's working. It's working big time. And I'm excited when Triple H finally takes over.
You can even add, because what he's done, your guy in Jericho.
Yeah.
Because his first thing was Lionheart.
Yes.
Then it was into the countdown of the Millennium
Y2J.
Y2J.
Yes.
Into the weird little Jericho gimmick that was
the one that's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Or be quiet. Quiet.
The
quiet.
list.
Quiet. to the list. Like, Jericho can go down in history as one of the greatest, just making gimmick after gimmick after gimmick and making
but
it
it's
fresh
still kind of the same thing,
new.
but different.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason why I didn't put him in there, because it wasn't that drastic. It was still Jericho. It was just versions of Jericho. He might go down in history as having the most sayings as a wrestler of all time. Right. He's got at least 20.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like 10 when he first came to WWE. With the Ayatollah Rock and Rolla, shut the hell up. What he called Stephanie all the time.
Garbage.
Yeah, trash bag home. Like, he had so
and then what was funny with that was because there was a brief time when she was managing him, which was just like the worst. But
he was the first to have Raw is Jericho.
Yeah.
You know?
And then he also had the making fun of Malenko with the 1,000 holds. Arm bar! Arm drag, arm lock, arm bar.
Arm bar. It's true. Like, he might go down in history with the most sayings.
And the only thing that I don't like about what he is now is I'm all for the competition with AEW because it's only going to make NXT and WWE better.
Yeah.
But if he is going to be his new self, I don't like it because he's completely trying to forget what he was in WWE.
Agreed.
And his new finisher is a fucking forearm to the face.
Yeah.
Which is not a good fucking finisher. Unless you're Wade Barrett and you're doing wind up and boom.
Right. He's trying to bring in NJPW type finishers.
Yeah.
Because that's what New Japan's all about.
Like
weird like fucking uppercuts with elbows and shit like that.
And like, if you're gonna do that, do the code breaker again.
Right.
or go to the old school Walls of Jericho.
Exactly.
Not the fucking Boston Crab.
No, go back
to the knee to the back.
The knee to the back. Fucking tear that back up, lower back up. Like, no, that's what he needs to go back to. Not some stupid fucking elbow to the face. Like, what is this shit? I mean, he still does the code breaker, but I forgot who he faced last time on the pay-per-view. But it was actually the other guy's fault. But he really fucked up his jaw.
Yeah.
Because the guy didn't know how to take the code breaker properly.
Although that's actually
fucked himself up.
One fun thing that happened at a live event. Daniel Bryan did a GTS.
Yes! No, it was Daniel Bryan and Kofi. They were chanting CM Punk, CM Punk.
And Daniel Bryan was like, okay.
And he did a GTS.
He did two.
And then Kofi did one on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. It's like, oh, you guys want to chant for CM Punk? You got it. We got GTSs for you then.
And that's actually
fucking
and actually that's one interesting thing too, is because Matt Riddle reached out to Taz about letting him do the Taz mission.
Okay, yeah.
Which would be cool because Matt's the UFC guy. That's what he is.
So
he's the kind of Brock. So it's a submission. That would be cool.
I've also been hearing grumblings that Fox FS1 is trying to get, not WWE, but FS1 is trying to get CM Punk.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, it is?
CM Punk is trying to get to FS1
to do like a
pre-show
for a pre-show
for SmackDown.
What if this is just CM Punk trolling? And, like, they have a half hour before SmackDown, and all it is CM Punk trashing Vince.
I don't think it's gonna
trashing Triple H, trashing the product. That would be kind of funny.
I don't think it's gonna be that because, if you talk to Punk now, because people have asked him about it in interviews, and he's kind of been like, "Yeah, that was a terrible time in my life, but I'm over it. I'm a grown up. I've moved past."
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, it sucked. Number one, that I was injured as much as I was. Number two, that they fired me on my wedding day." And he even said, he's like, that was a shitty thing for them to do. He's like, but I guarantee it wasn't intentional because it's just, they got the paperwork on the day he got married.
Yeah.
It just happened. And because everyone was saying, like, and that could be what they did. If AEW signed Punk, that would be how they take that next step.
Yes.
But it's not going to happen.
No. And if CM Punk
But if CM
wants
Punk
to
goes
even-
back to WWE,
and not even as a wrestler, even just as a
announcer,
pre-show announcer,
because that's what he was doing when he was hurt.
how insane would that be? How insane would that be?
And even if you had every once in on and often match, where you could have, let's have CM Punk Shinsuke, CM Punk AJ,
Oh my god.
CM Punk Daniel Bryan,
Oh my god.
CM Punk
We get
Randy
more of
again,
that? Oh my god.
CM Punk Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Or
I would love it.
you could even go
Just take
further.
one off.
CM Punk Triple H. Last man standing.
WrestleMania.
Just, CM Punk AJ Adam Cole.
It's
Baby.
Adam Cole, baby. You never know. And you know what? This could be baby steps. Not a full return, but like you said, one-offs. A
Yeah.
SummerSlam match. A WrestleMania match. You know, he would be like a
Hall of Fame
induction.
induction.
Yeah, he would just exactly.
But and even if you look at how they're positioned, where you say the whole rumor with Cody Rhodes is he said, "Oh, we haven't even announced 40% of our roster yet," which is cool, and it's like something.
All right.
But
yeah, because
but say okay, if you're going with AEW versus NXT, which is what they're doing,
you're gonna lose.
obviously. You're going Cody Rhodes, who is a must-see talent,
Yes.
because he's amazing. Kenny Omega, must-see talent because he's amazing. But you put them against Adam Cole, baby, Roderick Strong, Matt Riddle,
Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream. The rumor that they're putting the War Raiders back on NXT.
Oh Jesus.
They got Breeze back on NXT.
Yeah, they do. They got Brazango.
Yeah.
Back on that, you know. So you're gonna have, and now that
NXT, and now that NXT is on a network, you can say, "Hey, for a takeover, here is our first ever NXT champion, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Versus our new NXT champion, Adam Cole."
Exactly. You can. You could bring.
And you could even put
back.
it on TV.
Yes.
And that's where it's like, okay, am I going to watch AEW where it's Kenny Omega versus him? Or am I going to watch Adam Cole take on Seth Rollins?
Exactly. Because with AEW, you're gonna need to make these up and comers
huge big splashes, too,
you know,
and signings.
Exactly. And it's gonna take time for the new guys. I mean, just like with NXT, it took time for a few people to rise up to the top in NXT, but you're gonna need time for AEW guys, superstars, to get higher up. Yeah. It's not gonna take a week. It's gonna take 5, 6, 7 months. And even and Jericho is trying to do this shit. He said something on a last interview how he said, "Oh, at All Out or after at All Out, we're gonna make a star. We're guaranteed to make a superstar out of somebody." It's like, well, all right, who?
Yeah,
who?
and like
who?
And
Like,
that's
what?
the thing too, because if you're doing the AEW versus NXT, if you would have done it AEW versus Raw,
Yeah,
AEW would have kicked Raw's ass because Raw's on a downspin.
Yeah, it
And
is.
even AEW or SmackDown, AEW probably would have killed SmackDown for a while. But they're going after the wrong show.
Yeah.
Because for as much as people are saying where Jericho made his little comment where them moving NXT to TV is going to destroy what made NXT special. And I don't think that's the case. Them putting NXT on TV is going to make them do something a little different too.
Explode.
Yeah, it's going to explode. And sometimes people are saying the most entertaining thing with Raw is sometimes the 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
The 24/7 champion. Now that's on TV, he could randomly run into NXT.
In NXT. Oh my God, you're right. You could have people like fucking Roderick Strong win it. You could have people like Pete Dunne win it. You could have people like Adam Cole and be a double champion for a minute. You know, like that shit's gonna happen. And
you could have Breeze.
Breeze, yeah, you could have Tyler Breeze fucking win it. Oh my God, I'm excited, and we got a few more weeks to go with that.
Well, yeah, it's 2 more weeks until they make their TV debut.
Oh yeah, for NXT at least.
Yeah, and like honestly, they're trying to. I think the way Jericho's going is very diplomatic, where he's saying because he's doing the complete opposite of Cody, which is what I was saying earlier, where they don't have the same message. Where Jericho's saying, we are for the betterment of wrestling. you can watch both of us, and that's. I mean, even
Yeah.
the WCW WWE wars, 98% of the time, that's what people were doing.
Watching
They were
both.
recording WCW on tape
VHS,
at the time,
yeah.
and then watching Raw live
But now you could just DVR both of them
at the
and watch
exact
it.
same time.
Yeah,
Or you could DVR one, watch one live.
exactly.
Or DVR both, watch after. Watch
After.
just straight AEW and NXT.
Exactly.
And it's going to make them both really amazing. But what gives WWE the advantage right now, honestly, is Adam Cole.
On NXT, yeah.
Because
and they're getting Ciampa back.
Yeah. Yeah. That fucking maniac.
Now you're gonna get Ciampa back.
And Gargano.
Oh my god. And this is what AEW's got to go up against.
Ciampa's a fucking monster.
He is. I really hope they don't fuck him up once they bring him to the main roster. I think they will, but like everybody else. But I really hope they
I don't think they will because it's kind of going to be a different time with Bischoff and Heyman too.
That's true.
I'm gonna record AEW's thing because it's like WCW where I like WCW, but WWE was always my number one.
Exactly. WWE was always my number one. I didn't really watch a lot of WCW back in the day. You know, it's very rare. I was like, let's see what it is.
And that's kind of what they have to build against too, because a lot of why people still watch WWE, it's not like, oh, this is so good, I still have to watch it. It's they have built into a habit.
Yeah.
Where even if I don't like it, it's something I do. Monday night, I watch Raw.
Exactly.
That's something I just do.
Exactly.
Even if I don't like the product, I'm recording it. I'm watching it.
Exactly.
Because it's something that just has to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what they're and that's
they
what
also have
NXT
storylines that still grab you. Like, all right, I want to see what happens next week.
That's
on
kind
this,
of
Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns bullshit.
And that's kind of
even
what
though you know it's bullshit.
What they've built with NXT now, where every Wednesday you have to watch NXT because what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
And AEW is the hot new thing. Like, come on! I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
We'll probably watch it here for the first time after we record our show.
Yeah,
you know,
after NXT.
After NXT, exactly. After NXT, you know, like that's how it's gonna be. And then American Horror Story. Oh my God, Wednesdays are gonna be crazy. Son of a bitch.
and that's like the big thing that's gonna be real interesting is the war between the two of them. But as it is,
it's gonna be fun.
Unless AEW makes a blockbuster, we just sign CM Punk.
That would be crazy. That would be like, all right, you guys mean business.
Yeah.
But who else is out there that would be that big?
There's not really anyone right now.
No one right now. I mean, yeah, you might get some WWE superstars in the next year or two if you're still around.
Not really, because according to what Jericho's saying, WWE's just not going to release people anymore. They'll say your contract's up, and they'll be like, okay, we understand you're a little unhappy here. Here's $10 million extra dollars.
You're right.
So would you like to stay with us? Where maybe you're not the happiest you've been. Or go to AEW where you might get this contract too, but who's going to say you're going to be happy there either? Because even AEW, the number one thing AEW is going to do, they're going to say their whole thing. We're going to build new talent. But with wrestlers running things, 98% of the time, it's going to be the Bucks. It's going to be Omega. It's going to be Jericho. It's going to be Cody.
Yeah.
It's going to be Brandy as the women's champion. That's what it's gonna be because they run it.
Exactly.
As much as
kind of like the Jeff Jarrett thing with TNA.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Jarrett was so fun as hell with that joke on this slap nuts.
That was really funny. Joke on this slap nuts.
I'm gonna guitar the fuck out of you every time.
That was funny.
I'm just gonna guitar shot everyone. Bam!
Bam! Like, whoa. Yeah, that was. But no, it's gonna be interesting of like who they try to.
I think the biggest thing for them would be if they can build a partnership with Ring of Honor or Impact,
That would be perfect.
it would be good for them. But as we're speaking, there's actually rumors that WWE is kind of still pushing the Impact thing.
Yeah.
Because
Have
they
them
have
on their
the
network.
little inside one with them with Jarrett and Dixie and Kurt.
Exactly.
So they're trying to get something done with them. But the only thing that's going to hold them back from Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor working relationship, is Ring of Honor is really having the sore feelings with them, where we helped you build the show, and you're not helping us.
Yeah. No, you're right. So,
I think the number one thing that's going to hurt them is the fact that for wrestlers, it's awesome to have the no guaranteed contract, where you could one day you're here, one day you're in Japan. That's what wrestlers want, freedom. But that's
guess
how
what?
people get hurt.
Thank you. I was about to say, once you get hurt, where's the money?
Yeah.
Because you're not on a contract. And if you're not on a contract and if you're hurt, if you're not on a contract and you're hurt, how are you going to bring in the dollars?
Yeah.
You're not. But with WWE, if you have a 3-year contract and say you get fucked up in the first 6 months and you're out of action for 8 months,
you're still
getting paid.
Well, I don't know if it's so much they're getting paid when they're hurt, unless you're a top guy.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're back, that 3-year contract kicks back in, and you're getting paid again.
That's true. Yeah. But they'll probably, because they have better medical, finance and all that shit in WWE. We don't know about AEW.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
And especially
if you get hurt, who's going to cover the bill?
Yeah.
Are you going to cover the bill? Or is WWE going to cover the bill? WWE will. Will AEW?
Yeah. Or even with the Moxley injury now.
Yeah. He's hurt.
Yeah, with the staph infection in his elbow.
Yeah.
And that's really poor timing for them too.
Yeah.
Their next pay-per-view is up this Saturday.
Yeah, it is. It's this Saturday, so it's like
And
now that we were going to get Kenny Omega versus John Moxley.
And now you got Pac, which is going to be a fun match. But it's not Johnny Moxley versus Kenny Omega.
Exactly.
Where Omega's going to win. When it was Moxley versus Omega, you really didn't know who was going to win.
No, you don't. You did not know who was going to win. And who
because
knows?
It was probably going to be Moxley.
Yeah, I would think so. I would have thought so.
Because of all the people who are in there, I'd say Omega's the one who is going to be the guy who puts over young talent.
I agree.
It's not going to be Jericho.
No, it's not.
It's not going to be Cody, because Cody is young talent still.
But we are going to get
Cody will
all
put
three of them.
All
three of them are going to get the title at one point in time.
Yeah.
All of them will. Jericho will.
I'll say
Omega will. Cody will. Moxley will. I think Moxley's going to probably be like a multiple-time champion for a while if he stays in AEW.
Unless he goes back to WWE at the Rumble.
John Moxley versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And not as Dean Ambrose, as John Moxley.
Yep.
That would be fucking awesome. That would be fucking awesome. I got nothing else.
Nope.
I'm James.
I'm Adam.
This is the Publist.
And Joe Flacco still sucks.
And Joe Flacco's going to go win his 3rd game of the season. Let's go!